Hello children, and welcome to another session of Children's Liturgy. Today we celebrate the feast of Christ the King. Let us listen to the Gospel reading.
They brought Jesus before Pontius Pilate, who asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world." "So you do indeed claim to be a king," said Pilate. "You are the one who calls me king," answered Jesus. "I came into this world to share truth and love, and those who know and love the truth will listen to me."
What is the first thing that comes to your mind if I were to ask you to imagine a king? Would it be someone seated on the throne and wearing a golden crown on his head? Would he be staying happily in his beautiful castle or leading his army into battle? Very likely, this person you are thinking of is someone rich and powerful, maybe heroic and surrounded by a strong army ready to obey his every command. And that is probably why, when Pontius Pilate looked at Jesus, who was being referred to as the King of the Jews, was curious and unconvinced. This humble-looking man wearing simple clothing, the son of a carpenter, and whose disciples had run away when he was arrested, how could he possibly be a king? That is also probably why Pilate had to ask, "Are you the King of the Jews?" And Jesus' answer does not confirm nor deny the question. My kingdom is not of this world. What does Jesus mean by this? Maybe this story might help you understand better. John and Peter were very good friends. They often spent a lot of time playing together when they were younger. They even went to school together and studied together. However, there was a time when John started mixing with other friends who had the latest toys and computer games. They were a seemingly cool bunch of people who were always having fun, and John decided to hang around more with them and started to avoid Peter, whom he felt was boring. So John started spending more and more time with his new friends playing together. He soon started to neglect his studies and did not even bother to do his homework. Peter tried to convince John to focus on his studies, but he ignored him. John soon began to do badly for all his tests and exams and was soon reprimanded by his teachers and parents. His parents even banned him from playing games and made him stay at home so that he could focus on his work. John was sad and tried calling his new friends to see if they would join him, but none of them wanted to do that. John felt miserable. He had been abandoned by his so-called friends, and none of them had even bothered to ask how he was. He could not focus on his studies either, as he had not been paying attention during class and could not catch up on what he had missed. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. Can you guess who was at the door? Yes, it was Peter. He had come together with some books and notes. "Hi, John. I thought you might need some help before the examinations. Would you like to study together?" John was shocked. The friend whom he had neglected was now at his door offering to spend time with him and to help him. In that moment, a wonderful feeling engulfed him. He realized that this feeling was something he had not experienced for a long time since he had chosen to spend time with his new friends. All along, John thought that being popular, owning expensive devices, and being cool would make him happy. But he realized that that feeling was only temporary. He noticed that it was when Peter made time for him and spent time with him that he felt truly loved and cared for. And that is what the kingdom of God is all about. love. Like Pontius Pilate, many people's idea of being a king is to be a ruler of people, to be rich and powerful, to live in beautiful castles and be in the company of the rich and famous, to be popular and cool, to have control, power and authority over places and other people, to lead armies into battle and be a hero. They believe that a kingdom is an area of land and sea which is under the control of its ruler. In the story that was shared, John thought that he was experiencing such a kingdom when he was among the cool and popular group and using the most recent gadgets. Little did he realize that that was not the kingdom that he really needed. When Jesus told Pilate that "my kingdom is not of this world," he was telling him that Pilate did not understand the true meaning of what God's kingdom is all about and what being a king of such a kingdom means. The kingdom of God is not about power, or wealth, or riches, or popularity, or control. It is not about having large armies or a huge piece of land. The kingdom of God is more than just a place. It is a kingdom of love and goodness, where you will experience the love and goodness of God through His people. We are God's people. We are made by love, for love, and to love. There is a hymn with the following lyrics. Love it was that made us, and it was love that saved us. Love was God's plan when He made man. God's divine nature is love. This hymn reminds us that God has made us in love, so that we, in turn, can love ourselves and others. Therefore, it is now up to us to share that love with one another so that we can bring the kingdom of God to others. Yes, my dear children, you heard me right. We have the power to bring God's kingdom to those around us, just like how Peter brought it to John. We recite it in the Lord's Prayer when we say, "Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." We are praying for God's kingdom of love and goodness to fill this earth so that all of us can experience a taste of heaven on earth. And that can only happen if we, as God's children, become instruments of His love and share that love with others through our thoughts, words, and actions. As we close the liturgical year this weekend by celebrating the feast of Christ the King, let us take some time to reflect on this journey that we have taken together in Children's Liturgy. You have learned through our many videos how to know Christ, to love Christ, and to serve Christ. You have heard many inspiring stories of real people, some the same age as you, who have experienced the love of God and have touched the lives of others through their experiences. These have helped bring that little bit of the kingdom of God to us. We are all called to be a part of God's kingdom. Will you, then, still choose the kingdom of man, of power, wealth, and control, and which only provides temporary joy and satisfaction? Or will you choose the kingdom of God, with Christ as our Redeemer King, a kingdom of eternal love and goodness? The choice is yours. Thank you, and may God bless you.